Coming up tonight, a club soccer team prepares for regionals, and local yogis describe what yoga means to them.
The WSU Sports Laboratory leads the nation in baseball and bat barrel testing, and a high school dance team credits their ongoing success to tradition and unity.
We'll also take a look into how students feel about paying the price for WSU's recent athletic deficit. Those stories and more on today's Sports Edition.
From Washington State University, brought to you by the broadcast students of the Murrow College.
Hello, I'm Mr. Ida Rosales.
And I'm Jamie Jones. Welcome to Murrow News Central Sports Edition. Washington State University's proposal to charge students an additional annual fee to reduce the athletic department's $13 million deficit is receiving mixed reviews. Reporter Connor Hendrickson has more on how students feel about the additional $50 per semester.
Washington State University is well known for its athletics. In the past decade, dozens of former WSU athletes have gone on to compete in the NFL, NBA, Olympics, and many other professional sports. However, 4 of the last 5 seasons of Cougar football have ended with losing records, and those years haven't been much kinder to any of the teams. Poor performance led to low attendance, less support from donors, and fewer TV contracts, so WSU athletics find themselves with a $13 million budget deficit. One plan to help close the gap is by charging undergraduates around $100 per year. So what do students, the ones proposed to foot the bill, think of the idea?
I think it's inappropriate for the athletic department to pass on their debts to the students.
I think it's incredibly unfair that I, someone who's not an athlete, someone who hasn't made that gap, has to spend $100 to help them bridge a gap that they made with budgetary decisions that were wrong.
Students will have a chance to vote on the referendum during the spring elections, but traditionally low turnout causes some concerns. I'm Connor Hendrickson, Murrow News Central.
To voice their opinions this spring at the WSU annual election. On a more positive note, the Cougar women's club soccer team is preparing to wrap up their season at this year's regional tournament. Jacob Kappas has more on how the team's preparing.
Do not cut any corners. I will make you do 2 times what I will make you do right now.
The Washington State University women's club soccer team is entering its 6th year as a club, but has already established itself as one of the strongest teams in their conference within the West Coast Soccer Association. Last weekend, the team defeated the University of Idaho 4-0 and hope to continue winning games throughout the semester.
Check hard. Al, you need to check on that.
Club President Brianna Cunningham spoke with me about what the club's goals are this semester and what they plan to do to reach those goals.
As far as this season so far, league just started yesterday, so we have I think 7 games lined up coming up for the fall, and then we'll hopefully make it to regionals, and then from there make it to nationals.
Front squatting. The other person can be deadlifting.
In here we just work on strength and conditioning and, our speed and agility, and we work on plyometrics and that whatnot. And then, of course, we practice regularly during the week and do regular drills like any other soccer team. But and here's just another opportunity for the girls to get fit and, actually get to that, collegiate level.
Even though the club is only 6 years old, the team has traveled as far as California for regional tournaments and train at least 3 days every week to prepare for games on the weekends. Every game counts, and having a strong record during their regular season gives the team a better chance at qualifying for the national tournament.
The women's club soccer team faces Gonzaga this weekend and will be one of their most important and challenging matches of the season. For News Central, I'm Jacob Kappas.
Don't go away. An inside look into what's going on inside the WSU Sports Laboratory is next.
You wouldn't think the cafeteria would be a scary place.
There are 5.9 million kids in the U.S. living with food allergies.
It happens to me on the school bus.
And a third of kids with food allergies are bullied because of it. Right now, we're working on a cure for food allergies. Until then, there is a cure for food allergy bullying. You. Go to foodallergy.org to teach your kid about the seriousness of food allergies.
If I'm not at school, I can't get bullied.
Food allergy bullying, it's not a joke.
Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, this is the sports edition for Murrow News Central. The Washington State Sports Science Lab continues to lead the nation on sports science innovation. They are currently the only lab nationwide to specialize in baseball and bat barrel testing for the NCAA and USA Baseball. Murrow sports reporter Dylan Howe caught a sneak peek inside the lab.
I'm Dylan Howe from Murrow News, and we're here at the Washington State Sports Science Laboratory trying to get the fix on what goes down. The WSU Sports Science Lab is a hidden gem on the university's campus. Located underneath Sloan Hall in what looks like an old abandoned warehouse, lies the only lab that is specialized in testing out NCAA baseballs and bats. There is currently a 5-person full-time staff, with also help from current WSU mechanical engineering undergrad technicians.
So the staple here at our lab is certifying NCAA and ASA softball and baseball bats. You can see behind us here is the shelves where all the manufacturers send us the bats. Every manufacturer has to send us their bats to get compliance tested before they can be used out on the field.
The lab's main focus is bat barrel testing and finding the hottest spots on the barrel to avoid the bat from overperforming, keeping the ball's exit velocity down, and keeping players safe. College baseball bats are made with carbon fiber. Those fibers break down inside the barrel on contact.
So there's composite fibers that begin to loosen up. And that actually will allow the fibers to move more, but they'll still want to be in that cylindrical shape, so they'll always pop back to where they were. So over time, as the epoxy breaks up and as the fibers are allowed to slide against each other, they'll actually get more of a trampolining effect. So they'll be able to compress more and then return to their original shape more. So over time, they will start to increase performance and perform better and better and better, and then finally break.
The lab showed us its fastball cannon in action. The cannon can send the ball traveling to the barrel anywhere from 60 to 160 miles per hour. This is where the lab determines where the barrel's heat spots are located, the part of the bat that performs to its highest capability.
3, 2, 1, fire. So yeah, that one was at 139.3.
For Murrow News, I'm Dylan Howe reporting from the Washington State Sports Science Lab.
Coming up after the break, a look into why yoga is good for the mind, body, and soul. Don't go away.
Hey, did you see what Ashley posted on your wall?
You think you're so cool, but really everyone got
ever heard of a diet?
Behind
Basically the laughing stock.
Just
no
leave
one's
the
gonna ask you to
school.
I don't think anyone would
So
mind
embarrassing.
Finally,
Someone spoke the truth.
I get why you're still talking. Stop talking to me. I don't
You
even
can
like
just do us
you.
all a favor and kill yourself.
Around 500,000 teens attempt to kill themselves each year due to bullying. About 5,000 succeed. Be a friend and watch for signs of suicide.
Welcome back to Sports Edition of Murrow News Central. A local yoga studio is a place that many local residents, student, and WSU staff turn to for relaxation and stress relief at the end of a long day. Murrow News Central's Brittany McIntosh goes inside the studio to show us what it means to be a yogi.
So I started practicing yoga in high school, so about 10 years ago, and I have been teaching for 2 years now. So I found Sanctuary. I took that teacher training the first chance that I got, and I have been teaching ever since.
Sanctuary offers a variety of yoga styles to challenge the body, calm the mind, and nurture the spirit. Hot yoga is practiced in the state-of-the-art hot room that is regularly over 100 degrees to sweat out all the stress needed.
So what I would say is first there's this idea that yoga is only accessible for certain people. So for example, people think that you need to be flexible in order to come take a class, and that's definitely not true. You take yoga so that you become more flexible.
Not only is Sanctuary a home for yoga, but it offers dance classes such as hip hop, jazz, ballet, and even clogging, welcoming ages from 2 to 3 to even adults.
Getting to express yourself and getting exercise without having to like go to the gym.
Yeah, it's a good cardio workout without like running and stuff, so I like that.
Not about the physical body, it's about what's happening internally, and to really reflect on what is going on inside themselves, because often in everyday life we're not able to really think about that, but yoga gives the perfect opportunity to really think about what's happening internally.
From Murrow News Central, I am Brittany McIntosh. Namaste.
Sanctuary Yoga is located in downtown Pullman on Main Street. More information can be found at sanctuaryyoga.com. Don't go away, a Murrow News Central exclusive inside look on the Pasco High School dance team.
No, I don't know though. I'm scared. I mean, you're so
Do you know that you're in my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
Welcome back. I'm Jamie Jones. The Pasco dance team will put in their hard work and dedication when their season kicks off this winter.
A sport for both men and women in which the talent depends on the beat of their feet. The Pasco High School dance team is built on tradition, a tradition of building more than just athletes. Dance team captain Destiny Heales expresses her thoughts on why dancers are athletes.
We do the same things other athletes do.
Dancers compete in many different categories such as hip-hop, pom, and show. With time, most of the members become better dancers. Just like dance team member Paris Jessen says, thanks to their coach, each individual is pushed to their limits.
Everyone that walks in this door doesn't have experience, so she comes and she just always just telling us and improving us. She wants us to be better.
Dancing requires the same athleticism as any other sport, just like a football team or a basketball team. They train all year round, endless hours of practice and conditioning, all to perfect their skills. Being on the dance team challenges dancers' strength, flexibility, endurance, and overall confidence.
Using your muscles. If we mess up in a dance, she'll stop it, make us go run.
The PHS dance team has taken home many championship titles in the past years. That means standards are set higher than ever. Dance coach Rebecca Schwann says she looks for certain traits when observing dancers.
Are they hard workers? When it gets really hard, can they figure out a way to push through it? Do they go home and practice on their own? And when I see them the next day, do I see little bits of improvement?
Heales tells me dancing allows her to share unforgettable moments with her team.
I love going to dance practice and being here with everyone and just being on the dance team. I just there's so much adrenaline, like when I step on the stage or on the football fields and get off, I don't know what just happened, but it's such a good feeling to have.
The dance team has developed a special bond as a team and transitioned into becoming athletes, but most importantly, a family. To learn more about the dance team, you can visit psd1.org. For Murrow News Central, I'm Estrida Rosales.
The Pasco dance team will put in their hard work and dedication when their season kicks off this winter. That's it for this week's version of Sports Edition. I'm Jamie Jones.
Join us every weeknight at 7 p.m. and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with the latest sports news. Until next time, I'm Mr. Rita Rosales.